everyone, welcome to this walkthrough of the Origin Links tournament starting Monday to 23rd of July. Get some hype! I'm so ready. I know we've been playing these holes before in the tournament, but I'm looking forward to this so much. So before we start, do not forget to hit the subscribe button on the channel here. And you can see here down below, look down to, not here on me of course, but on the screen here, you do have something called Guess How Many Birdies. So we're going to have a little competition now. I think it's time, and we haven't had that for a while. So the thing that goes for is that we're going to guess how many birdies I will get in total of my main account in this tournament. My main account will be played in Master, and we don't know the wins so far, of course, and so you will have to guess how many birdies in total for qualifying, opening and weekend round. You add those together, you make a guess down below. You will have to be a subscriber on YouTube to be able to participate in the competition, and then you will get one guess. If you are a Patreon as well, which means that you have signed up for some sort of a package on patreon.com/golf-tommy, then you will get 2 guesses. So then you will have to, for example, if you guess 25 birdies, then you can also guess 15 birdies. So you get 2 guesses as a patron, so you double the chances to be a winner. 5 winners, if we do have 5 people with the same amount of same guess, then they will each and every one win 1200 gems. If we, for example, have 10 people, then we will have to draw those one out, like this lottery thing that we'll have to do, and then it will still be just 5 winners. If there is just one single winner, then that person will take home 5000 gems if you're alone with that. So how many birdies? Make a comment, guess that. If you want to have 2 guesses, check out patreon.com/golf-tommy. So back to the video here. We're going to go through the Origin links and talk about a little bit about the structure, about the holes, and how we're going to supposed to act when it comes to a tournament in Golf Clash. First and foremost, a tournament in Golf Clash are free in the way that you don't have to pay money to play the tournament. You will have to pay with your coins, but it's a free tournament. You are able to win like lovely prizes for being a free tournament. So you can boost your bankroll, you can boost your account in general with clubs, club cards, balls, coins, you name it, and also those lovely banners if you come top 3. So, and we start off every single tournament with 3 qualification rounds, and that is qualifier 1, qualifier 2, qualifier 3. And as you can see here, the qualifier 1 is kind of yellowish here on the screen, and that means that that is of course the first day. It starts on Monday, and you do play against 19 other people. So you are 20 people in the same bracket. 50% of those people go through to the next round. So Monday is a good way to get some practice. It's also a good way to get a little bit easier opponents, as many of them, especially in Expert and Master, many of those players that do have a very good knowledge and are good players do practice on Monday and then qualify Tuesday or Wednesday. But if you don't qualify on Monday and you still want to try again, then you could try again on Tuesday, which is qualifier day number 2. And if you still not qualifying on Tuesday, then you will have the 3rd chance, which is qualifier day number 3, which is Wednesday. If you don't qualify any of the days, then you will be eliminated from the tournament. But if you do qualify from any of the days, then you will go directly to the opening round, which is on Thursday. So we're going to press the button here, and then we're going to check here. See here you can see 3 rounds to play, each with a limited number of holes to play. So the qualifying round that will play Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, that is 9 holes. And we play all of those holes, and then we check our score, and top 50 go through to the next round. Okay, we get that. Opening round, 18 holes. That doesn't mean that it will be a different type of holes for the back 9. So you will still have the first 9 holes as it is like shown, and then you will have the same type of holes for the back 9 as well. So you will play the same 9 holes twice. So 18 holes, 100 player in the same bracket, 50%, like 50 people or 50 players will go through to the weekend round. And when we come to the weekend round, we do have 18 more holes to play, exactly the same type of structure as the opening round. Everyone that goes through to the weekend round are guaranteed a prize chest. Scoring is based on shots taken. The fewer shots you complete your matches in, the higher you will rank. You can see an easy example here for like Tiffany played 9 holes, has a -6. So for the easy example, has 6 birdies and 3 pars, so -6. Seb there got 5 birdies and 4 pars, so got a -5. Then Tiffany will be number 1 in that bracket due to a better score or a lower score. Shootouts in tournament do not count towards your score, and I get that question a lot. Tommy, why do you forfeit your shootouts? So okay, you that have been watching one of the streams and also one of the rounds that I've been playing, because I upload it here on the channel afterwards, do see that I forfeit a shootout every now and then. The reason I do that is, first and foremost, I can offer those coins. I don't need the coins on my account. That is one thing. The second part is that I want to eliminate the time that it takes for me to play the shootouts. Of course, it affects my win percentage and it affects my coin balance. So that is something that you will have to have in mind. So I do not suggest that if you're not having a lot of coins and do not care about the win percentage, sure, then you can forfeit your shootout. Otherwise, play the shootouts. It gets you into that feeling, hitting perfect shots, etc, etc. So that is the reason I do use the shootout sometimes, to find a way to play perfect shots in a better way, because maybe I haven't gone any practice before that. So I got a little bit off topic there, sorry for that, but when it comes to scoring, we do have one big thing. I'm going to take that in the end, that is a tiebreaker. So like the question, like what happens if me and my opponent has the same score when we have finished the round? What happened then? What determines who will be first and who will be second? And we're going to talk about that just in the end, because that is very, very important, because of all of those million players that play this lovely game, then there will be players that do have the same score as you if you are not making a killer round, or maybe your worst round ever. First, we're going to go through the prizes. Win prizes, chest coins and balls. Prizes are awarded to everyone that reach the weekend round. Enter a higher level to win the biggest prizes. Of course, that is kind of a logic. The higher you will play in the division, then you will have a better prize chest. So we're going to start with the lowest division here, which is rookie division. You do have an entry fee, as I said in the beginning. You do pay 10,000 coins. Fee per game is 1,000, winnings per game is 2,000. As you will be able to see, the higher up you play, the better the prize chest will be. But as I said as well, everyone in the bracket, which will have 100 players in one bracket, will be rewarded one prize chest. Go to Pro. Entry fee is 100,000, fee per game is 10,000, winnings per game is 20,000. You can see the prices are a little bit better in Pro, and you do have some kingmakers, some better balls, etc, etc. Expert, 1 million in entry fee. Fee per game is 100,000 and winnings per game is 200,000. And now the prices is starting to get ridiculously good. As you can see, a lot of cards, a lot of coins, a lot of balls. And there is like when it comes to the hardest division to win, that is expert by far, because most of the players do have a weekly league score that is an expert or in Pro. Those are the most crowded. The tournament structure, and many brackets, but the prices are huge. Master. Entry fee is 10 million, fee per game 1 million, winners per game 2 million. Here is where the best players in the world play. There is in the weekend round, there's maybe 8 or 9 brackets in total, which only means that it is around 800 to 900 people that plays in the weekend round in Master. And it's may not be that many players that want to have like the balls or the coin, especially not the coins but the cards, but the prestige of winning in the highest division is huge, and getting that gold banner is something that I'm very proud of, and I know many others that do have a gold are very proud of that, because it's very tough. So here you can see the prices, and again, it doesn't matter which division you're playing in, you will still be rewarded a prize chest when it comes to the weekend round. So okay, I'm going to take a little bit quick here to go into the help section. So like get more information about the tournament, you press the wheel there on top, you press help, and then you go into tournament, and then you go to origin links tournament, and then we're going to start off by checking here. You can see the holes here, so you can actually open the app, you can see the holes, you can of course I think you can zoom in a little bit. It's hard here on the screen, of course, but we're going to play a mixture of holes from tour number 4 and 5 for Rookie Division and tour number 9 and 10 for Pro and Expert Division. On Master, we cannot practice any of the holes in the regular tour play because we play from the third tee. Rookie Division play from the first tee, and Pro and Expert you play from the second tee. Important to have in mind. So it's very, very different in that way, depending on the tee you're playing from, how you want to set up with your clubs, etc, etc. So a lot of things to talk about. So we're going to go here to what happens if I have the same score as someone else in my tournament. Then we come to the tiebreaker. We do have 2 rules for qualification round. That means that 2 rules that will be followed if you do have the same type of a score as your opponent. So rule number 1 in the qualification round, number of completed tournament matches. The more matches you completed during qualification, the better. So complete all the games. That is the easiest way to say. Play all the 9 holes. Then you don't have to have in mind there. Number of impressive scores is the rule number 2. That means that if the score is still the same and you have completed all the 9 games in the qualification, then we check for albatrosses first. How many albatrosses did you get and how many did the opponent get? Then eagles, and then birdies, then pars. If everything is still the same, then you will share the position with your opponent. Opening round, then we have two more rules, which means that will be 4 rules, okay? And the first rule is very, very, very important. And I would say most of the times, in 99 out of 100 tiebreaker situations when it comes to the opening round, rule number 1 is applied. So qualifying round scores will be compared lower the better. So you do have a -20 in the opening round, your opponent have a -20. Then we go and check the qualifying round. Your opponent had a -9, you had a -10, which means that you have a better score in the qualifying round, which will equally be that you will be on top of the bracket because you have a better tiebreaker. Rule number 3 is, and number 4 is number of impressive scores. The same first for opening round, then for qualifying round. Weekend round, then we have 2 more rules. And rule number 1 and rule number 2 is the ones to focus about. First and foremost, we check the opening round scores will be compared lower the better. Then qualifying round scores will be compared lower the better. A quick example, you do have a -25 in the weekend round, your opponent has the same. We check opening round, you had a -20, your opponent had a -19, you will be on top of the bracket. But if in the opening round still will be -20, then we check the qualifying round, and then we see that you have a -10, your opponent has a -9. Yeah, then in the end you will be on top of the bracket. So a lot of knowledge here, and I want to add something here in the end as well when it comes to how it determines which one can play in which division. And that is something that we need to check, like the weekly league. You can see here I'm in Masters 2, and we see all the different weekly leagues here. First, when you start off, you play in Rookie here. If you do have a green banner like you do, you are in one of these weekly leagues, except for the beginner, take that away because then you can't play a tournament. But Rookie 1, Rookie 2, Rookie 3, then you can only play in Rookie. You cannot go up to Pro. You can never go up to a higher division if you are in a lower weekly league. So then you can play in Rookie. If you are in Pro, then you can play in Pro, you can play in Rookie. But as a Pro, you will only be matched in Rookie against other Pro players. So you will only be matched against other players that do have the blue like Pro weekly league banner. I know it might be a bit hard to understand, but that is how it works. So even though somebody that should be playing Pro maybe go down to play Rookie but has Pro weekly league banner, will match up against opponents with similar qualities and will not go down and play against a person with 50 trophies, for an example. So if we go up to Expert, then that works the same. If you are in Expert, you can play in Expert, you can play in Pro, you can play in Rookie. So, and if an Expert player play in Expert, he or she plays against other Expert players, and in Pro, he and she plays against other Expert players in Pro, and that's the same for Rookie. We come up to Master. In Master you can of course decide which type of division you want to play. I would be very surprised if you would be going down more than to Expert if you do have a Master Weekly League banner, in my opinion. But in the end, if you go down to Expert and have a Master Weekly League banner, you will be matched against other ones that do have a Master Weekly League banner. So okay, a lot of knowledge, a little bit longer video this time. I want to try to cover everything, especially for those that do have been sending in questions for the tournament. Sample them together, giving you some advice. So we're going to have a tournament hotline through the tournament, which means that you will be able to contact me on Skype directly and contact me on Skype, send a shot like with setup and explain how you did play the shot, and also ask for help. And that will only be for shots and talks about the different tournament holes. It's going to be information about that on Golf Clash United on Facebook and on Team Golf Clash Tommy on Facebook as well. Do not forget about the competition down below. Give me your best guess. Come on, get some hype, get some booms, and good luck in the Origin Links tournament.